Hello everyone, welcome to today's class, and our title today is To Tackle or Not to Tackle. Let's start with the warm-up questions. 1번. What sports did you play when you were a child? So, 어렸을 때 어떤 스포츠를 했어요? So, I played cricket, rugby, basketball, soccer. I did a lot of sports, swimming. I was very interested in sports when I was very young, but I never really was good at any of the sports. I would be just okay. 2번. Did you ever get injured? 스포츠 하다가 다친 적이 있나요? Maybe, I can't remember when I was a child. I've definitely been injured as an adult playing sports. These days I play soccer. And I have injured myself a few times playing soccer. But yes, as a child, I can't quite remember. I'd never broke a bone playing sports until I got older, so yeah. Anyway, now let's look at the vocabulary and repeat after me. 1번. Dispute. 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 논쟁. This dilemma is the source of a dispute about youth football in California. Okay, so a dispute is to be in an argument or a disagreement with someone else. Another example could be the president was in a dispute with his vice president. Okay, 2번. Run into. Run into. Run into. 빠르게 달려들어 or 뭐와 충돌하다. So the normal way to do this is for one or more players to run into the ball carrier as hard as possible, grab them and pull them to the ground. Okay, so to run into something is to hit something at a high speed, or collide or bump into something or someone at a high speed. So another example could be the car ran into a parked car. So this car here was not moving, this car was moving, and it ran into the parked car. 3번. To some extent. To some extent. To some extent. 어느 정도. By high school, studies show that about 1 in 5 of these kids will already have brain damage to some extent. So to some extent means particularly not partly, but not completely true, or it also means to some degree and to some level. In this situation, I'm going to show you just here that this is another definition, but these two definitions here is what we are concentrating on. So, today's lesson. Another example, her bad behavior is already damaging her reputation to some extent. So, to some level, to some degree, her bad behavior is already damaging her reputation. 4번. Snatch. 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 잡어채다. One way to make the sport safer is to play flag football, where instead of tackling, the defenders just have to snatch a piece of cloth out of the ball carrier's belt. So when you snatch something, basically you're grabbing something in a very forceful way. As another example, you could have, like, she snatched the remote off her brother. So maybe they were fighting over the TV or something. But yes. Okay. 5번. Governor. 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 In mid-January 2024, the governor of California promised not to let the law pass. A governor is a top government official of the state. Now, talking about the California governor, if anyone remembers, Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor of California a while back. Alright, 6번. Mess with. mess with. mess with. Okay, 함부로 건드리다. So preventing 6-year-olds from playing tackle football so that they can avoid brain damage might seem reasonable, like a reasonable idea, but in the US, you don't mess with football. Okay, so to mess with something is to interfere or to meddle with something or someone. And it also means to tease someone in a playful manner. So I'll show you the two definitions. All right, so this is one, and this is the one we are focusing on today. All right, I'll highlight that in yellow to show you that this is today's class. All right, otherwise it means to tease someone in a playful manner. Another example, the last thing you want to do is mess with her. She is an angry person. In this situation, you could use both definitions because they both make sense. But let's just use this definition today. All right, so that was a preview section. Now let's look at the review section.